Hey everyone, in this tutorial we're going to learn how to take data from a spreadsheet and convert it into a mobile app that will run on any Android or iOS device. Let's get started. Okay, so this is the spreadsheet that we're going to be using. It's just underneath me here. It's called Taiwan Street Food, and there's a copy of this, there's a link in the description that you can make a copy of, and you can use this for yourself. So in the first couple of columns, which we're going to focus on in this video, we've got the food name, and we've also got these nice little images. They're nice and small so that they don't take too long to load in your web browser or on your phone connection. And we've got the price, and then later on we've also got things like the address, the phone number, tags, tag colors, and we've got rating information over here. So we're going to do a series of videos, but in the first one we want to introduce you to creating your Thunkable project, getting this data into your app, and creating the user interface without needing any code whatsoever. So the first thing I want is my own copy of this sheet. So if you don't have your own, you can say make a copy. So food data source sample, like that, and that'll be created in my drive. And the next thing then that I want to do, so actually just for demonstration purposes, I'm going to get rid of these two columns, I think. Alright, so now we have 4 different food items, and we're going to load those into our Thunkable project. Basically what the finished thing will look like is we'll have the image, we'll have the name of the food and the store where we can buy it. We can also add in things like this right swipe and left swipe, these gestures, and that you can click on them as well. And again, we don't need any coding whatsoever to get this up and running. So in order to do this yourself, go to thunkable.com. Click on the login button here, and it prompts you then just to sign in with your Gmail account or your Google account, and I've done that already. And then what you want to do is you want to create a new app for yourself. So we're going to have a new food app, because I've made one as a practice already, a new food app like that. We're going to leave it as a public app, and that means it gets added to the public gallery and anybody can access it. And here then we've got our components over on the left hand side. Let me just move myself over here for a second. And the one that we're interested in today is the data viewer. So you can have a list of items or a grid to be like the kind of sample I just showed you there. Let's use the list. And then if you look over on the right hand side of the screen, you can specify where your data comes from. You can choose the layout that you want. So the one we had in our demo was something like this, maybe our image and our title and our subtitle. But there's a few different varieties here that you can choose from. Again, if you go with the grid layout, you get different options again as well. And then we're going to introduce data bindings and kind of the actions then, the swiping gestures. The first thing we want to do is connect to a data source. So if we add it here, you'll see that there are 3 options. Let's create a new one. We can have our own table of data, which lives directly in the app. We can use something like Airtable, which has its own component in Thunkable, very flexible and very easy to use. And then one of the most widely used spreadsheets in the world is Google Sheets. So that's the place where we're storing the data at the moment. Let's select that. We've got an option here, select a sheet. We're going to be asked to log in here if this is your first time. Choose your email address and give Thunkable permission then to access your sheets. And from this little pop-up here, we've got this My Data Source example here. So let's choose that one. That's the one that we copied over. And let's create that here. So it'll take it a second to load in. So we can even view it. It's got the sheet here that was called Taiwan Street Food. And you can see that it's loaded in the 4 items that I had, because I just deleted 2 for demo purposes. Then we want to change the layout. We want to have the image and the title and the subtitle, I think. And we're going to choose the image from the food image column in our spreadsheet. The title, that's this piece of text up here. That's going to be the name of the food then. And then the subtitle can be like the food store. So here's the store name column from our spreadsheet. And yeah, if we want to, we can test it out without any of the gestures. So let's have a look and see what happens here. So there we go, we've got, as easy as that, connected to a spreadsheet and create a user interface with no coding whatsoever. So yeah, we can click on them. We haven't told it to do anything, we haven't connected any actions to it, but we can also add more gestures. So I had different colored backgrounds on the 2 swipes that we had earlier. Let's do, yeah, why not? just so you can be able to see their different colors anyway. And we can live test this here again, and we can swipe to the left, and we can swipe to the right, and that's how easy it is then to add those gestures to your UI. The next thing then that you might want to do is update the data. So we have 4 at the moment. Let's go back here, and hopefully we'll be able to add in 2 more. And when we refresh, we'll be able to pull in the new data and see what that looks like now with 6 items. So you can see again, there's no other new information or nothing else needed to do. Every time the data is reloaded or refreshed, it'll be up to date with whatever is in the spreadsheet. So that connection happens automatically. Okay. The next thing then we'll do is put some more information on the screen, connect into some more use some more of these columns that we have. So let's display the price, for example. And we want to try this out again. As I mentioned at the top of the video, this is something that will run on an Android device, an iOS device, and as a web app as well. So let's take a look and see what they look like. Okay, let's change our layout. Let's add our text here. And that next property we will use to be the price, like that. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just load up a screen sharing or screen mirroring app here, just to show you what it looks like on my device. Okay, so I've got Thunkable Live open on my device here. It's over beside me. I can actually I don't have enough projects to scroll through, but we can see the projects on the screen here. And in Thunkable, if we go back, we have an option here to live test. So you can preview in your web browser, you can preview on your device, and they're the 2 kind of quickest ways to try out your app. And there's also an option to download for iOS and download for Android. So let's open up a live test like that. It's going to quickly preview the app, and then it'll also send it to my live app. So over in my screen mirroring app, nice thing about this is I can zoom in and make it a little bit easier for you to see. We have the 6 items, and now we've also got the new piece of information here, which was the that price. So yeah, let's say we decide we're going to increase the price of our bubble tea. Let's make that $1 more expensive, perhaps. So it was on the wrong thing here. $5. Let's make it $6 now instead. Maybe we should have done a sale and done a promotion on it. If I live test again, so if I refresh it, it gets sent to the app, gets that data from Google Sheets, and you can see that the information has been updated immediately straight away. So every time your user would open this app, if you make a change, when they see the current version, they'll be seeing the most up-to-date data from your spreadsheet. And this looks very similar then on iOS. If you want to test it out or live test it there. And then the final thing we might do is just have a look at what this looks like as a web app. So there's a video demonstrating how to do this, but you just click the publish button. We want it we can do it as a mobile web app, I guess, and we can open this up in a new tab here. And this, you can see it's got its own thunkable.site URL up here, and it's got the swipe gestures and everything, and you could actually just take this address, this URL, and you could email it, you could send it via instant messenger or whatever to anybody. You could create a QR code for this and people could load into it, and again, because it's real time, because it's up to date, they open the QR code and they'll all be using, your users will always have the most up-to-date information from the spreadsheet here. So yeah, that's how to take a spreadsheet, convert it into a cross-platform app with no code. And then the next thing I think that a lot of people are interested in is like, okay, this is the default layout that Thunkable has given me here. We've got a pretty decent selection to choose from, but maybe you want to change that font size, maybe you want to change the color of the background of the card here, maybe you want to change the shape of the images. And the really awesome thing about that is you can do this through custom layouts. So in the next video, we're going to outline how to create a custom layout for the data viewer. And then also we're going to work with some more of this data over here. So we can look at integrating with the phone, integrating with the map, and we can use things like customizing the colors. So we've got hex codes here for the colors, and even you could upvote or downvote your favorite food or your favorite restaurant or whatever, and we could compile those in the spreadsheet. So we've got a rating column here. So yeah, if that's the thing you're interested in, click on to the next video. Hope you enjoyed this one. Thanks for thunking, and I will see you in the next. We'll see you in the next video.